Hi, welcome back to Salty at 60. My name is Lori. Today we're going to talk about something different. We're not going to talk about personal style. However, we're going to talk about interior design, which is also very personal. And I had done a video a while back, which I will link above, that talked about a big move that I made after the age of 60 and literally starting over with nothing. And several of my lovely subscribers asked me to do a video about that they were kind of interested to see what I had done. Now, I did not do this without any money. Obviously, I had to spend money. I literally had no furniture to sit in. I didn't have a table, a chair, anything. So I did have to put out some money. But for the most part, I was able to bring back things that I had held on to or that I had at my son's home. So I thought that, before we get into this, let's just lay a little bit of groundwork. First off, I think that whenever you have to start over, which in a way is an advantage because you're not encumbered by things you already own. Because there are things that I own that I've kind of just thrown into my bedroom or thrown into what will become my office and studio space because I'm not sure what to do with those pieces yet. But it's nice to have a blank canvas. And, just like with our personal style when we're looking to shop for, the different seasons and what kind of clothes we like to wear, I keep different Pinterest boards, with different styles, elements of things that I have seen that I liked. And so in the groundwork for this video, I will say I had shown a few pictures, and maybe I'll throw those up here again, of what I had done for my son's home. And that is a completely different decorating style than what I have done here in my apartment. And that's for one important reason. That home that he purchased was a 100-year-old home. It had gorgeous original woodwork, high windows, high ceilings. It had glass doors. I mean, it was just like a dream come true as far as an historical home goes. And so we really wanted to keep the character of that. So that was completely different. In fact, many of the things that I owned that I still love, I left at my son's place because they don't work here in this apartment. So let's talk about this apartment that I'm in now. This apartment, I did learn, was built in 1978. There is nothing special about it. And all of the finishes are original. Nothing has been changed. I think that you'll see in the shop that there is one ceiling fan. It's certainly not modern, but it obviously was put in sometime afterwards, which I don't care for those. I don't care for that style. But, that's the thing. When we rent a place, we can't change the bones of where we're renting it. And I have to say that even though this apartment is very dated, I just adore it. I love where I live. I can leave here out of my neighborhood, and I am in a neighborhood, although I'm in an apartment, and the apartment actually looks like a huge house. There's only 4 units in this apartment building, and there's a couple of these sprinkled out throughout this neighborhood, and so I don't get that feeling that I'm like living in a big apartment complex. And it's very quiet, it's very beautiful, but I can leave here and I can literally be in Pennsylvania within like 2 minutes, and I am surrounded by Mennonite farms. It is so beautiful. I went for a ride this weekend and I just totally enjoyed all of the gorgeous scenery. The corn is high, the fields are high, everything looked lush and green and beautiful. And, it had that kind of late summer feel to it, and it was just gorgeous. So I love that. And I can also leave my home, hop on the interstate, and be in West Virginia in like 10 minutes. So I live in a very unique area, and so I love where the apartment's at. I love that it's in a very kind of small town. It sits right outside of Hagerstown. But the building is old. It's not updated. So I had to work with what I had. And you will see in the video footage that I'm going to show you that what I had was, it looks like the apartment was probably originally paneled everywhere in the living room and dining area. And since then, the owners had painted it white, which is very nice. It's very bright. It's not too bright of a white. It's just really pretty. And there is a, like a beige wall-to-wall carpet throughout the entire home. So these were the colors that I was working with, which actually is perfect. It's going to segue into what I want to show you with the style that I wanted to do in this apartment. Now, I don't live near the water. I used to live literally at the beach, and I've talked about my love of water before, so you will see little elements of that throughout the apartment. However, you know, I wasn't sure, even though I'm kind of leaning into the coastal style, there's a limit to what I'll do with that, because I don't want my house to, or my home to feel completely out of place for, you know, where I live at. But I'm going to throw up a couple pictures here, and the whole vibe of my place that I'm going for is, we'll start with Martha Stewart. She is the ultimate coastal grandmother. I love everything about her lifestyle. I love, you know, her entertaining, her cooking, her crafting. I'm not a crafty person. I do like to cook, but I'm not that much of a cook. And obviously, I don't live on these sprawling properties that Martha Stewart owns, but her style is just so simple, so New England. I just absolutely adore her style. So let's see, what else did I have? Okay, this next inspiration picture, this shows a lot of blue. I like the coastal colors of blue, and I like the rattan, I like the browns, which kind of ties into the carpeting that I have here in the home. And I am a huge fan of blue and white Chinoiserie. I have always loved that. And in fact, I used to own, when I first got married and was really young, I wanted a set of blue willow dinner plates. And I had a whole set of them. I just adored them. In fact, my son, for his birthday after he moved into the new home, he wanted those dishes. I don't know if it was nostalgic to him or what, but I bought him an entire set for his home. But here, you know, I just love the blue and white. Now, this is a little bit too much blue and white. And the color schemes that I have in the apartment are basically going to be that beige. I've got the white painted paneling walls. I've got the beige carpet. I have my blue and white Chinoiserie set, not set, collection. And, you know, kind of going for a more, rather than what's shown in this picture, it's less cluttered. I like a little more white space between things. I don't like things to be quite this cluttered as it's shown in this picture. All right, this next picture, this is from a blogger known as Molly in Maine. And I've actually watched house tours of her home, and it is just fantastic. And again, she's a little more maximalist than I like. And also, Molly in Maine literally lives on the water. So a lot of her decor makes sense. I am going to rein that back in. I'm just using the colors of coastal things, and, you know, have added a few little pieces that are a nod to, you know, my love of the sea. So I love this look though. And then here in this look, you see that she has, this photo shows green and blue mixed. This is what I have going on as well. My green, I wish it wasn't quite so vibrant. The bedroom that I was living in at my son's house, I decorated in green and orange. So I had a lot of green going on. And so I had to, you know, I had pieces that have that like emerald green. And so it's a little bit darker than this more like pastel sort of seacoast kind of green you see here. And again, here I wanted to show another picture with the Chinoiserie, the green, and it's got all the natural fibers, the rattans and that kind of thing. All right, I wanted to talk about this end table. You will see this end table. I purchased this end table. This was probably, this piece, I got two end tables, they were the most expensive thing that I bought for the home. These are from Ballard Design. I love them, and I cannot tell you how I went back and forth on whether to get that pretty blue or it also came in sort of like a pecan color. And I decided that I didn't want to overdo the blue, because I do believe that you have to, in order for a room to feel relaxing, you have to have, you know, a mix. And too much blue can, it can lack depth, in my opinion. And that's one thing we'll talk about here in the videos moving forward, where that's the one thing that I am still not quite how to solve. And I think a lot of that has to do with my window treatments have no, I would like to get some either Roman blinds or some rattan blinds, something to give it a little more depth and just, you know, feel a little more homey, and we're not quite there yet. But anyway, I wanted to show you that. And all right, let's get into the video. All right, guys, I just want to apologize first for the my camera skills here. I'm not that great of moving around with the camera, but I tried to get everything in. And you'll also see me looking down a lot. I have my computer here in front of me because I filmed these and I did not speak during the filming of them. So now I'm kind of doing like the little voiceover and I can't remember everything that's shown in the order it's shown in. So you will see me looking down. All right, so here in this first shot, I'm going to start with this picture. This picture is a picture that I already purchased. I had this when I lived at my son's. I love this picture. I chose it for the colors, and this is my inspiration for all of the design, the colors that are in this. I love this watercolor painting. It's just soft colors, and that's kind of what I wanted to go for. And I know that this is an awkward shot here. I've got the camera a little bit crooked, but that is a beautiful, beautiful painting. That is by an Ecuadorian artist, and I just absolutely love it. So, and you can see, I'm going to point out my eyesore immediately in this picture, and that is that air conditioning unit that is into the wall, that is built into the wall. I can't do anything about that. And it is an eyesore, but you know, you have to work with what you have. But anyway, that's what I had with this first shot that I took. And you're seeing basically, it's kind of an awkward little corner here, so you can see my TV there. And you can see a little bit into the dining room as well. Okay, so here I have panned a little bit into the living room. And this is what you will see when you first walk into my apartment, because I'm literally, the front door of the apartment is right behind me. I do not have an entryway. And so I wanted to point out this second painting. This second painting I did pick up in a thrift store. I was looking for drapes for my bedroom and my dining area, and came across this, and I just loved, again, it had that watercolory feel to it, and the colors were just perfect. This is more like a gray and a tan with an oak background to it, and I just love that. All right, so now this is a much better shot of the couch. This couch is a corduroy material. I purchased it from Amazon. I spent less than $300 on it, and it's a very small couch. I did not want a big couch for this space. And I got the table as well. We'll talk about the table a little bit more, but I got that I believe I got that from Wayfair, and that is in that burl wood. And as you can see here, I've tried to keep most of the colors fairly soft. Okay, here you can see these tables that I purchased. These were the tables that I've shown you at the beginning of the video in the baby blue color, and I just really, really liked them. You can see that I had a tripod set up here in the living room, but that just didn't work. I was not able to move it around and get up and down. These pillows here have that beautiful green emerald in it, and that is that Greek key that I love so much. And here's the little chair that I bought. I also bought this from Amazon as well. Well, it could have been Wayfair, but either way, this chair was only like $200 and something. And it's quite roomy. It's quite wide. I'm very tall, so I do need a bigger chair. And we'll talk about this lamp a little bit. I had purchased that lamp for my desk. So I had that lamp. I tried to show the curtains here, but you couldn't because of the lighting. So here I'm going to pan around and show you the front door. As you can see, nothing spectacular here. You're right in my living room as soon as you walk in the apartment. And I had this etagere. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but it's, you know, the brass and glass shelf, which I'll also talk about a little more in detail here too. And this picture I had also picked up before I moved into the apartment, because it's just like a little sandpiper. And again, that's my nod to coastal. I love that. And you can see a little bit of my blue and white collection here, which again, I have purchased blue and white way before it was, you know, trending. Okay, so here I tried to do a little close-up of my little Chauncera blue and white collection. Of course, there's fish on there. And then it's funny, these little foo-foo dogs, or whatever you call them, I thought I had bought them actually for bookmarks. And when they came in, you know, it was my fault. I purchased them on Amazon. I didn't read the size of them, and they were too small to use as bookmarks, but I kept them. I like them. And again, there's a little more close-up shot of the little sandpipers. I had gotten that at Home Goods, and it was like on clearance. It was only like $10, so it was really cheap. All right, these lamps here I am so excited for. These are a knockoff of the Bunny Williams ribbon lamp. Very expensive lamps. I actually had purchased these for my the living room in my son's home, he did not like them. These were not cheap, even though they are a knockoff. And I said, I'm going to hold on to them. And I put them up in the attic because I really liked them. And I was like, there's no way I'm getting rid of these. I love them. And here they work out perfectly with this brown and white here mixed with the blue. It just makes everything a little more grounded. Okay, let's talk about this little centerpiece that I have going on in here. Of course, I have a coral reef. But what I wanted to point out to you was that these painted rocks are painted by my mother-in-law. And she actually has a little business going where she'll do paint rocks for anybody and mail them to you. So if you are interested in getting some of these painted rocks, she does all colors, she does all patterns, she does funny stuff, just whatever you may be interested in. Just drop me a message below and I will get some contact information for you and send to you so that you can get in touch with her. But it's just a little project that she enjoys doing. Now here is this burr wood table. I love this table. Not expensive at all. However, when it came in, it was damaged. And, I live by myself. There was no way I was going to send it back or try to get it back. I mean, I am on the second floor of this apartment building. And so, just hauling up heavy groceries is hard enough. And I was like, I'll just live with it. It's not a very expensive piece of furniture to begin with. But I did like the round shape to it. And I like the round shape to my centerpiece, and it's going to be a lot of fun decorating that for fall. I'll probably try to lean more to some warmer colors, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, okay, in this video here, I wanted to show you that I had picked up from Facebook Marketplace a set of 3 rattan nesting tables, and I'm using them kind of throughout my space. One of the tables is outside the entrance of my front door and has a big, gorgeous, beautiful lantern on top of it, with a candle and a timer and that kind of thing. Okay, I wanted to show you this dresser. This dresser was in my bedroom. I hate this piece for my living room. However, Rome was not built in a day. I don't want something in this space that, that I just don't care for, because I had played around with the idea of painting it. And I said, I'm not going to do that because the style of the table and the size of the table that the TV is sitting on is not what I want. So I am going to hold off until I can get what I want. And that will eventually make its way back to my bedroom because it's just great to have it for storage. And here you can see I've got my blue and white on a little stand in a small hallway that I have there. This is a Tommy Bahama emerald green drum table. Love it. Again, like I said, I wish the green wasn't quite so vibrant here, but there's not a lot I can do with that without painting it, and it's just such a pretty piece. And here I have done, this is a little tip for you for artwork. This is just printed from my computer. I believe the name of this artist is Samantha French. I had pinned a lot of her stuff because I just love that underwater sort of watercolor look. And I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful look. I can't afford any of her paintings. However, these I will eventually buy some actual photographic paper. I just did these on plain white paper, and it's kind of bubbling up a little bit. But it was a way for me to fill some space, have something that I enjoyed, and I just love them. So next up is this, they look like palm plants, but that's not what they remind me of. Having grown up in Southern Maryland as a child, we were surrounded by tobacco farms. And if you have never walked into a barn and smelt tobacco drying, they dry them up on the rafters on these large poles. It is heaven on earth. The smell is absolutely divine. And I'm still searching for that perfect tobacco candle. I just love that smell. But also here in this shot, you can see that I've got a Chaucer lamp. This is green and white rather than blue and white. And I had that in my other bedroom. As I told you, I decorated my bedroom in orange and green. So I have that there. And then I have this spode plate that has a fish on it, because of course anything with the sea I love. And this little seashell box that I had picked up, I actually got that at Home Goods too. I wish I could say that I bought it when I lived at the beach, but I did not. But that's as far really as I'm going to take any, like things with, maybe an ocean vibe to it. But these are just little pieces that I love. And I want to talk about this table. When I had first purchased that table, it had a gray top, and it was not a pretty gray. And I had bought 2 of these units here. They actually open up. They're like a bookcase unit. I had bought 2 of these units because I have a very high bed, and like a normal end table would not have worked on my bedside because I would have been reaching way down to get that drink of water at night, or to turn off the lamp or turn it on. So I purchased 2 of those, and I sold one of them before we moved to our neighbor. We had a little yard sale to get rid of some stuff out of the townhouse before we moved into the home. And so here I am just using this now as a place to have some additional lighting, and just put out a few little display items. This I would like to have more of a longer buffet. I like the width of it. It doesn't stick out much in the room, as you'll see in some other film that I show you, but it's just really, really too small for the space. And I think what I will do is, again, I will move this piece probably into my office at some point and repaint it. Okay, I wanted to show you this. This is the one thing that I did purchase. I purchased this from Amazon. I think I paid $129 for that table. I didn't want anything big, something small. Even if I had guests that came over and I had more than 4 people, more than 2 people, I'm probably not going to be cooking any kind of a big meal. It'll probably be just snack type stuff. And we'll get back to those chairs here in a minute. This is like my little plant haven over here. This is a photograph that, not a photograph, a painting that I had picked up thrifting, when I was doing my bedroom in the green colors. Now here it's kind of hard to see. I had shut the window. I did purchase these curtains. I could not find any used curtains that I loved. This I got from World Market. I just love the tan and white and the pattern in it, because I'm kind of mixing several styles here. I've got a little bit of glamour in the brass. I've got a little bit of 70s thing kind of going on with the mushroom lamp. And here you can see that I have my, I love this. This is beautiful when it blooms. This is a cactus plant, Christmas cactus. Love it. And that's one of those nesting tables that I had purchased, and I'm using here for my plants. And again, that sits right under my beautiful little eyesore there in the corner with all the wires and all that good stuff. There's no central air in this apartment unit. So there's a little better shot of like the backyard and that window, and you'll notice that I have a candle in the window. That is a very big thing up here in this area, and it's so fantastic to have that in the wintertime, because where I live at has, I think it's one of those places in the United States that has the most cloudy days. And I don't mind that. I'm a winter person. I love that calmness and that look of just gray skies. And our skies are always changing up here. They're just beautiful, because I live in a valley and it's surrounded by mountains. And it's a very kind of unusual weather pattern that we have up here. And I just have always enjoyed people bird watch. I like to sky watch, because you can go out. Now, this summer has been a little bit different because it's just been so miserable hot all year long. In fact, this past week has been the nicest weather that we have had since Memorial Day. It has been in the 90s almost every single day. This week we had some low 80s, and it was just fantastic. But as starting today, it is going to creep back up into the 90s, and so we're gonna it's gonna get back to the hot weather here. So I'm enjoying it while I can. But anyway, that's just I don't know. I don't know if that's something they do out in the Midwest, or if that's only kind of like a mid-Atlantic thing. I don't know if they do that up in like the New England area, but I've only got that one candle in the window now, and I probably will add them to my other windows once I decorate for fall. Okay, in this last shot, I realized I just added this up at the last minute. This is just a basket that I had picked up, and it reminds me of, of course, I live in Maryland. I went boating and fishing all my life. We went crabbing all the time. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of a crab pot. And so I just wanted to show you that what was there on that wall. I would kind of like to do some plates, maybe coming down in a diagonal direction on that. But I'm not in any rush to add anything. And anyway, that's it for my little short tour. I'm not going to do the bedroom or the studio area because, they're a mess right now. And frankly, I probably will not be adding any of the things that I talked about here, replacing those, the console table, the TV table. I have in mind what I want to do, but I got to get my air conditioning compressor fixed first. So, pay off some of that stuff that I had purchased before I buy anything else. So it's going to be quite a while. And so whenever I get that done, I'll be happy to share that with you. And I am still pinning inspiration for my office. I am pinning inspiration for my bedroom. And then we'll just see what I have. What if my pieces that I brought from the old place here will work. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. And I think that, you know, building your home and not doing it overnight is really the way to do it, to get a very unique look that's personal to you. I think if you go out and you just buy all the artwork that's sitting in the stores, or that you find at Home Goods, it doesn't really give you a very personal space. And you know, I'm trying to aim for a casual yet kind of chic vibe here. I do know one of the things that I probably will do is those brass pieces that are in the living room right now. I had purchased that shelf because when we were living in the townhouse, I had the little tiny bathroom, and I needed something that took up vertical space. And so I purchased that from Better Homes and Gardens, and it you know, fit the bill. But it's really not my style, and I probably will move that to my office and studio area in the future. I do like the mushroom lamp. I think that's pretty, but I don't like, again, I don't like too much of anything. And here I was using that little glass and brass side table because, again, I had purchased that before. And, you know, it's just utilitarian right now. I don't have anything in that spot that I would want to use. And, you know, I probably will use that again in my office. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.